Why is it important for you to connect content creators on the continent with the diaspora? You might have touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about this. I love this topic. I love this topic because I think, and stop me because I might go down a rabbit hole.
Please do.
I think what I was saying earlier about, these misconceptions that we all have of Africa are real.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the wars, the inter-country wars or the, diaspora wars are also real. They shouldn't be. I'm not a fan of them, but I do feel like, people in the diaspora, and I've spent a lot of time with people in the diaspora, right? Because I grew up here. And I have, met people who, don't know where they're from. They're American. They don't know where they're from in Africa. But they still identify as African. Yeah. And I've met people who don't identify as African, which is fine, right? Black Americans, essentially are American. They've been here for so long. But I also feel like there is a disconnect that we can easily fix by communicating. And I think the best thing that has happened in terms of social media, I know there's lots of bad things that have happened in terms of social media, but there's that globalization where you can live a million miles away and you and I can still connect and you and I can still find similarities and we can be friends, right? Like I'm sure everyone has an online friend that they've probably never met. And it's great. And I think what happens is that we're able to have a different picture of who we are as a race, who we are as Black people, who we are as Africans, who we are as African Americans, Afro-Europeans, and even within the platform, we discuss these different things, the nuances and the similarities between all of us. I do feel like there is a common string of identity, and over the years it has faded, it has been pulled, but I do feel like it can't be broken. And what I really want to show, with this platform and with connecting, folks in the diaspora with people back home is that we have more in common than we don't have in common.
Yeah.
So how do we lean into that rather than go against it? Because I feel like for the longest time, we've been going against it. We've been trying to find our differences more than we've been trying to find our similarities. And it doesn't mean that we're all the same. I don't think we're all the same, but there's a beauty in not being the same, but still having this core connection of we were once the same. Maybe now we're not, but we were once the same. Our ancestors walked hand in hand. So how do we now come together in that way where we can at least acknowledge acknowledge that you and I are one, whether you grew up in America and I grew up, in Ghana or Europe. And I think that just takes us one step closer to being more united.
Mic drop. No, seriously, wow, that's beautiful. And it aligns so much with our mission here on Self-Reflection Podcast, because that's one of the things that I seek to push in society today, right? Not only with Africans, but with white people, whatever you decide to be, blue, green, Asian, right? Whatever you decide to consider yourself as, I go from the soul place, right? We're all the same soul, right? We're all God, experiencing God in different ways. Absolutely. And, so I love your mission. Like, seriously, I love everything you just said. So